Okay, all right, folks. So we're going to recap this. We're going to recap this Super Nintendo. Let's see. So it's got a variety of different issues. It seems to kind of come together when it warms up. It actually wasn't as. It was worse than this before. Uh, so it's kind of coming together now. But on boot up, yeah, it's a little wavy. All right, so we're just going to recap this, see what's going on. No PPU swaps. Just going to recap this one, and we'll probably reshell it. We're probably going to reshell this as well, if I have time. So, yeah, you can see it's pretty wavy. So, but it works. That's the main thing. We're just verifying that. Um, it's kind of warmed up now at this point, so I think it's not as wavy as it was, but it's still pretty sketch. So, all right. So let's plug it out. All right, and let's do the work. Okay, I have the recap thing. Let's plug out the game. This is a working sound module. We'll put that over here. Put it here, I guess, on the thing here. Got all that stuff's working. I'm not going to bother testing RF. We're going to just unscrew the heat sink or the RF shield or whatever it is. Already screwed. Yeah, that came off the voltage regulator. So yeah, we're just going to take off all this. All these screws near the fuse. All right, do I need to take that off? I'm not sure. Let's see, let's take these guys off. So then I've got little tweezers here. We'll take off some of the caps using the tweezers. Yeah, the recap should be straightforward unless I screw it up. So, touch wood, should be all right. Okay, so there we go. So it says perfect on it because this one is working now. But it's not quite perfect, is it? Which we know that it's not quite perfect. So, all right. So what do we want to do? Let's bring in. All right. Let's bring in the scope for a second. All right. Got a variety of different things here. Okay, I'm going to actually plug this guy in as well. Okay. All right, so I got a couple of different things here that I can. He's going to pull this off because I can swing in and hit the board. Okay, so we've got a few caps to replace. So we will bring in our plastic. Whoops. Okay, so all right, so let's just take this one off. What is this guy? We can. By the way, I have my Firefox here. Let's open this in a new tab. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, there we go. This is an SVH. We're going to do both the sound module. Yeah, no, not the RF module. No. In the audio module, I will. I'll do the caps in the audio module. Okay, so let's just quick look here. So we're just going to go to Firefox for a second. All right, so C61, which is here beside the sound connector module. I'm just going to bring that up on the scope. Um, oh, actually says it's C62 here. Well, that's interesting. Why does it say that? This is an SHVC-CPU-01. Uh, oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong area of the board. Sorry, there is C61. Okay, so that's C61. C61 is C61 is it is a 10 microfarad, right? So we're going to bring out all the, we're going to put out all these here and we can kind of look at them. All right, so what's this? This is our, sorry, I'm trying to see it here. Did I read that? I'm sorry. 10 micro. 10 micro, 16 volt. All right, so there's our 10s. So I'm going to put them in order of size. I mean, I can tell kind of like by the size of them here, but these are probably what? These are probably 6 or 10. Let's have a look. These are 47 micro. It's 16 volt, 47 micro. Okay, so these are 10 micro. Then we've got 47 micro over here. See, what are these ones? Voltage doesn't really matter. It's more about the capacitance. Okay. 100 micro. So 10 micro. 7 micro. 100 micro. These ones, little caps, I think they might be for the audio module. These are what? These are, it's a Console5 pack, by the way. 33. Okay, so I'm just going to put them in order here. It's 47, 10, 33, 47. So 10, 33, 47. I'm just taking them, I'm just putting them in order of their size here. Off camera. Then there's a big cap here. We obviously know where that goes. Whatever this is a, I think this one goes across the voltage regulator maybe. That's hard to see. 2.2. Yeah, 2.2 microfarads. So that'll go over here on the very far side. And then this one here is a, oh, what? Uh, 470. Okay. And I guess this is 1,000. Yeah. Okay. So 470. 470? Oh yeah, maybe that's the one that goes across the voltage reg. Okay. Well, we'll put it here, 470. Be over here somewhere. I'll put these two big ones here. All right. So sorry, I did all of that away from the scope. Sorry, that's my bad. Marking the old caps with a marker. Well, oh, because in case I drop them or something, but I'm actually putting down leaded or leaded caps, so I won't mix them up because these are all SMD caps that I'm pulling up. Is that why you're asking me to do that? Because you think I'll mix them up with the ones I'm putting on? Because I'm swapping leaded for SMD, so I don't think I'll have that issue, but I could. All right, so let's look at C61 for a second. Let's just see, can we pull that off the board with the thermo tweeze? We don't really care about it, to be honest. Go. All right. Okay, that works. All right, so the thermo tweeze is definitely going to help with these guys. So just put that there. That's the way it was facing, right? Or rather, that's how it was. That's how it was sitting. Okay, so give me a quick look here. We'll just swap these out as we're going. Wow, internet's slow right now. Hope it's not affecting my stream. Okay, so we're just gonna do this now. So that was C61. C61, pretty sure is a 10 microfarad. So it's like one of these guys, I believe. So let's just have a quick look. I'm sorry, we'll just bring it down here so you can see. 10 micro, I think it's a 16 volt 10 micro. Right, so it's one of these guys. There's several of these. There's a 65 and a 66 on the board. We'll just do everything one at a time. I think there are, there's two more there. I can see them. But let's do them one at a time here. Obviously, I don't need all the leads. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm just going to snip the leads right here, and then we'll probably snip them further. I just want to do it. So the way this works is that little back of the can is negative, right? So as you can see with this, right, if you look at it, right, it was kind of sitting like that, right? So that was the negative end right there. And so what we can do is to replace that then, what we do is we put this negative end on that side, right? So we would replace that cap just like that, right? That's how we would replace it, because there's your negative end, and then that would be it. So we could just replace that by just basically cutting those legs and doing it like that. So what I'll probably do is just I'll probably just place it right there like that. And I'll probably cut the legs at that rate, at that spot, like that, look. So that's plenty, like that's plenty of length for me. And then all I got to do then is just go negative to negative and just just basically solder it like that, right? So I have an iron here. It's a little bit fat because I was going to use it to do something else, which was to pull caps off the board. So it's probably not the very best, but there you go. That one's done, right? So you see there. We'll add a little bit more solder from over here. But this, yeah, this is a solder remover, right? Sorry. Okay. All right, so that's nice. So that's nicely on there, right? Okay. Swap these around because I have the thermo tweeze on one side, and then I have the thermo tweeze on one side, and then I have the solder remover on the other. So I just have to be careful of how I swap them out. Okay. Might hit the shielding. Yeah, this here. Look at me. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I see what you're saying. You saying might hit like the grounding, or yeah, we'll see. There might be some minor um there might be some minor clearance issues there. Yeah, you could be right. Okay, but you see what I did there? See, I just pushed it down. See? So I think it'll be okay. Look, see? So I think that's going to be fine, chat. All right, so C61. Let's remove some more. So here's a couple more here, right? We're just going to take them off. We can take them all off, to be honest. Let's just get all the stuff there. Um, and then we can bring in the tweezers. And then get them off one at a time. Not to rip the pads here. Not sure what's going on. There we go. You're gone. Okay. Two. Okay, three. Oh, did I rip? No, I don't think I ripped it, but maybe a little bit careful. Come on. Oh, I think we made a little popperoonie there with made a little. Whoa, ooh, that stinks. Made a little popcorn with the cap there, but that's okay. We don't care about these caps, remember? Okay, there's another one off. So these smaller ones seem to be coming off a lot easier. That's fine. All right, so there's all those done. Okay, we don't really need to clean them up too much either, but we will give them a little bit of a clean. Watch my eyes, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it did pop. Luckily I wear glasses, so in a lot of cases where it says watch your eyes, I'm sort of already protected with the old glasses. Then we'll okay, we've got two more caps. on this side, right? We'll just get them off. We'll come in at maybe some kind of angle here. Okay, we got to come in at both sides. A little trick here because I want to come in from the top. I don't want to damage the. Okay, there's one. This one is going to be a little. Sorry, I might just bring this one this way maybe. Yeah, because I just have to come in at this angle. Just gonna get the. Oh, might have ripped a pad there. It'd be unfortunate if I have, but let's see what happens. And then over here we have our last one, or at least the last one that I can spot. And then after that, then we're on to the RF module, which has two caps and need to be removed with a solder gun. All right, and then at that point, then we will start to. All right, so we're going to come in. Oh, yeah, that one popped. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. All right. So that is a little bit of the issue with the tweezers. That is a little issue with the tweezers. It does definitely heat up these things, and I probably need like a slightly different. I know there's maybe a slightly different tweezers I could have used here, but you know I didn't. So okay, so we've got those caps are down. Um, let's remove the big cap. Okay, so big cap legs are. I can see. Pretty sure big cap legs are here. Yeah, that's them there. Okay, so we're going to just come in with a solder gun. Um, okay. Okay. It doesn't mean that it'll just drop out, but I mean, I think it's thereabouts. Yeah, there we go. So see, it just popped out. Ooh. Okay. All right. So this is our. All right. Okay, so that's positive, so this should be negative. I'm just going to put in this one while we're here. Wow, it was a little tall. Um, right. in the, where's my legs? There they are. Where are my legs at? Okay, we'll just do this big one while we're here. We can solder using the remover gun. It's just got a big tip on it, so it's not the best for some of the other work. We might need to get another soldering iron for that. Sorry, this is maybe not the best one for it, but I'm just trying to do this one before I switch tips. Oh look, oh no, I did it. I was going to say, oh look, I'll switch tips, but it worked. But yeah, okay. All right, and then we'll just clip off these two leads. Right, and then we're left with just the two jobs there. Just leave those there. Okay, so that's that cap added onto the board. Positive, negative should be good. All right, we got the other one there. Now let's I guess we can clean this a little bit and then we can start adding more. Yeah, we don't really need to pad it though, or like we could put fresh solder on there, but I think we should be all right. Okay, just give me 1 second. 1, 2. All right, we're back. I'm still trying to get this last cap on here. Little tricky to get this one. So probably I picked the deleted kit, and it wasn't a necessarily there wasn't any particular reason why I did that. It just so happened that's what I picked. But we just I think I might be slightly regretting it. So yeah, sorry, I was just on the phone there. Um, so yeah, I mean this is a live stream, so I think you all know kind of how it works. Um, Let me just get a little bit more. Let's put a little bit of flux on here, and let's tin up these pads a little better. Okay. Now we should be able to get these. So once we get these caps on, we'll test it before we do the you know, the before we do the other one, the audio board, right? So we'll make sure that we've got the actual console done. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's that one. That was a little tricky. It just is tricky. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. Um, okay, so those two are done. All those got negative, 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 negative. This one's done. What else did I pull off? Bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum. Okay. Oh, this one up here. C62. C62. I'll just check it. I won't bore you with what C62 is, but it is a 2.2 microfarad. 2.2, which is probably this guy. Okay. So I'm just going to do that. Okay. All right. Okay, so that one, yeah, that'll go there. I'm guessing, yeah, it won't sit down one way or another, so I'm gonna just kind of do it that way because it's not going to sit down flush on the board or on a chip or whatever very easily. So we'll just um we'll just do it this way. All right. Bring in the should have enough. Um, Whoop. That was a little bit of a thing, and it's just 2.2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is the leaded, not leaded. All right, let's get the bring in the thing. All right. Okay. All right. So that's that one done. And so just so you know how I know here, the negative is to negative. The way it works is, and we'll properly get just so that won't ever fall off if it gets bumped or dropped. We'll just get the leads on there now. We'll get better. There we go. That's better. All right. Um, so negative to negative. This little hat here, this little forward thing, that's positive, and then this the back piece is negative on these, and then the little bar that's on the axial things is where the thing is. All right, so we put the big one on. What other ones did I pull off this board? Oh, I pulled two off over here. All right, so we've got two in this zone here, which we will have to do. These two, C64 and C64. 5, which 64 is a 33 microfarad. So let's just take a quick look here. I think these might be 33. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, there we go. So this is a 33, so we'll take off one of these. Oh, 63 and 64. Yeah, they're both 33. Okay, so two. Sorry, I don't know why 63 and 64. So they're both 33 microfarad. Just going to cut the legs off here. So I'm cutting the legs off at sort of like a reasonable length so that I can get some connection on it, but I'm not leaving them too long so that I can still, they're not sitting too high off the board. But I'd say they're reasonably thin. Okay, so negative is always the flat bit, so let's go get this guy done. Actually, these are heavier, so let's tin these first. Kind of made the mistake of not doing that initially, so let's tin these two. And then I think when these two are on, we can actually test the board and check it for vertical lines. Is what we could do, because there's a vertical line remover sort of capacitor, and that's that vertical line sort of preventer is another. Oh, we ripped one. We ripped a pad. That's okay. It looks like it's going to ground. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? So, oh, oh no, wait. We might get away with it. Yeah, we might get away with that one. Okay, so negative to negative. All right, so we're going to just get in here. Okay. Now from the other side, come in. Okay. One. It looks like that pad is okay. It just was a little dodgy. I mean, I'm kind of running through this and I'm speed running this one a little bit, so well, maybe not speed running, but you know what I mean. I'm not spending a ton of time. Kind of doing too much beautification here. Okay, let me just see. Okay, could be a little better there. Just trying not to melt anything. Okay, so I think those are okay. All right. It'll be funny if we put all this back together and House Hole in One Golf is still fuzzy, isn't it? Okay, so sorry, I just need to get this guy a little bit better than what he is. Yeah, no, I might add a bit more. No, he's okay. He's pretty sturdy. Okay, so those two are there, they're okay. All right, let me just clean a little bit of. Okay, let me just zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so we've got our cap over here. We've got our other cap over there. I think I might have replaced the majority of caps here. Let me just check. I've got two caps left, and I think they're for the audio board. So I'm just going to leave those for 1 second. Let me see. Let me just have a quick look at the. So C51 and C50 are 47 microfarad, 47 microfarad, things. Caps, there we go, 47 microfarad. Okay, so they're for the audio board. And then this one, I think this goes across the, let me just have a quick look down here. I think this goes across the, it's a 470, yeah, for bright vertical lines. Insufficient bypass capacitors, right? So let's see let's have a look. Let's just see how things look right now, based on our our current recap sort of setup, right? So okay, the heat sink over there. Okay, I'm just gonna clean these up. Okay, I think we've got all the caps on. All right, let's see. Did this clean up our signal? If it cleaned up our signal, I probably won't add the other capacitor. Let me just turn off the, oh no. Let's add the audio. Let's put on the audio board. All right, let's go back to away from the scope. Let's go back to the overhead. All right. We can put back on the everything in a second. All right, so there's that. There's our little thing. And then let's go Hal's hole-in-one golf. And let's hope for the best. We will need our switch. So let's take the power out before we put the switch in. There is our switch. Okay, let's put the power back in. It is switched off. Let's hope I didn't put in everything backwards. Game. Let's reset. Well, I can tell you already. Oh yeah, that's a million times better. Is it not? Way better, right? Yeah, the image was kind of dark even. Yeah, there was a lot of weirdness. Yeah, that's a million times better. All right, so that was a good job. Okay, so this one's really good. That's like almost perfect. Yeah, that was so bad before. All right, let's kill it. Let's plug it out. Let's take a look at the audio board. Okay, so we should be able to, you can actually kind of pry this yourself. There is some definite knack to it, but you can definitely pry it yourself. There is a little knack to it. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the overhead. Okay. Now we kind of need to do this part. Yeah, prying this part's a little tricky. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that part, and then we're going to pry this. You can do it with your nails. I guess, doing it with a tool would probably be better. Takes a little bit of force. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there we've got um, the chips. This is a very healthy looking DSP chip setup. And then we've got our two caps in there, which we're going to replace. Okay, so they're both negative facing the connector, so that's going to be easy to do. And then we're going to switch back to, let me see. I'm just going to have a quick look here. Negative facing the connector. And I can kind of see which. Okay, I think I see where the scope. I think I see where the caps are. So let's replace these caps. Okay, so there's the cap, right? We've got our DSP chip, yada yada. And we've got these two caps. And the caps, I'm pretty sure that it's these. No, it's not those. It's these two and these two. So it's those two silver. Sorry, see, it's silver, 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 silver. I believe that those are the two caps, not the little blue bits there. So we will just add a little bit of stuff, and then we'll go and get these off. Hopefully this will just be quick. Who knows? But it should be reasonably quick. Oh, interesting. Sorry that. Oh. Sorry, the thing was blocked. So there we go. Well, that sorts that out. All right, it just fell out. There you go. Okay, and then we'll do this one. This is probably going to fall out too. Yeah, it just fell out. Sweet. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like proper tools make light work. Or something. Something, get the right tools. So that was good. Now we'll get our leads. Having these longer leads actually might be helpful in this case because, you know, I have to slot these in. Okay, 1 second. Having these longer leads might be better here because I have to slot them all the way into the back. So, like, so you see here, like, I have to push these in, right? What we said was we said negative to the connector, right? So that's just an easy way to think about it. And then we can just go negative to connector. In you go, in you pop. And then they're all the way to the bottom. And then we can just splay the legs like that. And just actually, maybe I can just what I can just do here is just I can hold it upside down, but it's when you okay, let me just do that. Let me just hold it there like that and just tack it. See, do I have any solder on this end of this? No, I don't have a wow, I don't have even a bit. Okay. See just how that turned out. Yeah, so that one is facing the back, and yeah, facing the back, and then this one also facing the back. Negative faces the back, so let's do the same, and then we can just pull the legs off then when we're done, or clip them off, I should say. right, so I'm just going to go in here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these legs through. Okay. Again, am I facing the right way? Yeah, I am. Okay, so then let's just do that and just do that. We should be good. All right, let's bring in some solder. Don't need a ton of flux here. This is good solder I got recommended to me from a German guy. And yeah, he's not wrong. He was not wrong. Now, let me just turn off the power now because there's a lot of hot stuff around and I don't want to hurt myself. Okay, so then we got our legs and that's that. Hopefully you don't end up blowing the audio circuit for some unknown reason. Okay, let's get that and then let's get that. Okay, now let's test it before we put the thing back on. The whole, you know what I mean? Like, because it should, I mean, there might be a little bit of shielding or whatnot, but it should work when I plug it in here. Okay. All right. Hopefully I don't make it worse. Nice. All right. Well, nothing wrong with the audio. Okie dokie. Now, we need to clean up a little bit now. We need to clean up a little bit. So let's put things a little bit back together and let's see, can we put on the shell? So obviously we need to put this on. So this little segment, I think that'll just clip back on. I don't think I have to do too much, do I? Yeah, there we go. There's that. That's sorted. And then this looks like it should go that way, I think. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what did I do wrong here. Okay, let's just see. Okay, I'm not sure if I've got this right now. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh. Okay, did I get this? Maybe I put this the wrong way around. Just give me a second. Yeah, maybe I did do this the wrong way around. Okay, maybe this is right. Oh, look, it immediately just popped together. Okay. Okay, so let's take off this thing. All right, now let's just put all this over here. And then we can put this back together. All right, so put the, well, let's get this guy here. All right, so that should be the heat sink for the voltage regulator should go there. Now this is a brand new shell that I got, and I don't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly how it attaches, but we'll figure it out. That voltage regulator gets pretty hot, so I see where they would have such a large heat piece on it. Let me just see this for a second. Is that what I want to do there? Okay, so I'm just putting back on the heat sink. Okay, so I think that's all that there. I think maybe one of the, yeah, I think one of the screws is the wrong screw. So just give me a second here. This screw, I think that's the screw for the heat sink. That's okay. This one screw just had some extra washers on it, and that's the one for the heat sink. I'm going to assume. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, and then we'll put that in there. Okay, so we definitely have a better Nintendo than we had last night, which so this is all swapped components from another board which wasn't working that belonged to a friend of mine. And now it should be working. Okay. So, all right. Now let's put the scope and stuff a little bit over here, just out of the way. And we're going to bring in the actual, whoa, we're going to bring in the thing. I feel like that must be an extra one. I don't know what that cap's doing there. Unless I forgot a cap. Why do I have an extra? What is it? So I'm just looking at this extra cap I have. I have an extra 47. Why would I have an extra 47? How many 47s are there? Well, there's only one. C73. Where's C73? I'd be laughable if C73 is beside the. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Give me a sec. 47 microfarad. C50 and C51. Okay, so I think I already replaced C50 and C51. Oh, yeah. Let me just check this again. Whoop. What is this? 47 microfarad, 10 volts. All right. 47 microfarad, 10 volt is C50 and C51. Okay, so I just must have an extra one then. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, no, I don't have an extra one. These are ones I took out. Okay, this is why you said I should mark them. Because now I'm like, what are these? Yeah, these are the old ones. These are bad. Okay. Or well, they're old. May not be actually that bad. Okay. So let's just go and take a look now at the you know, the Super Nintendo shenanigans. All right, so okay. All right, so I need to get out a couple. I need to get some other. Sorry, give me 1 second here. So we're gonna just gonna take a quick look at that's the SNES switch. Okay, so here is that's the SNES case, SNES cart, SNES shielding, PCB plus AC. Okay, so it's the AC. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll see what we can do here. All right, so there's the shielding anyway. So let's see my shielding go down. Oh, looks like it kind of will, maybe. Sorry, I want to see if you're, let's see if you can see this. Yeah, so we're gonna, whoa, I want that to be there. Yeah, there we go. All right, so after all of that, does look like this shielding maybe is not. Okay. Let me see if I can get a better shielding than that. Give me 1 second. Might need a special shielding. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's special Famicom shielding. And funnily enough, I think the Famicom actually has another thing on the back. Yeah, like this. Yeah, the Famicom is like ridiculously shielded. So we gotta just figure. We'll see how all this kind of comes together in a minute. All right, so we'll see how. Now, wait a second. Is this going to actually fit in this case? That was the problem. All right, so here's our. All right, so let's just take that part out. So this is our acrylic case here, right? Now, oh, nice. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Um, all right, let me just put a label on this so I remember the CPU in case I take it out. All right, so SNES shielding. I don't even know where that shielding would go. Let's see what we do. Yes, that looks good. Looks like there's some cool stuff there. Is there stuff on the inside of this though, or is it all on the outside? Looks like it might be on the outside, so yeah, let's leave it on for a minute. Okay, so SNES shielding, SNES PCB and AC. I don't know where all of this goes, but I think the two PCB ones go down here. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. I just need to get a screwdriver. Okay, so that should put down the AC. Sorry, I'm just trying to put this into its. What does Happy Gilmore say? Get in your hole. Oh, so annoying. Where's my little tweezers? Here we go. Screw holes in those shells aren't very good, really. Will they, you mean they'll strip? Because that would suck if they strip. All right, there we go. I'm trying to be gentle with them. I'm not going to use the. They actually seem quite tight, to be honest with you. I'm trying not to over tighten them, but this is quite tight right here. Okay, SNES case. Well, that wouldn't. All right. Well, that's no. Those are screws for that. SNES cart. Okay, let's get the cart done. So this should really get the. Okay, so that's that part done. Okay. Now, uh, let's see what we do. All right, so that gives us our sort of beginnings, right? Um, right, we've got that part. Okay, so this should give us. All right, so it's a little bit loose. Yeah, this shielding needs. I guess these two screws might be for the shielding. I mean, there's only two screws there. It says SNES shielding, and there's two screws, so I'm gonna assume it's for these two. I mean, I don't think it needs to be perfect, right? But I do think, yeah, so that's pretty tight. We do want it to like not be rattling and shaking around. Okay, so how are we doing so far? Well, that's not really rattling. Okay, let's put on our power switch. So this is a switch. Okay. All right. Um, that looks reasonably good. Okay, so I'm just looking at the instructions for this thing. So obviously, well, I mean, I could look at the instructions, but also I have this here. That's SNES switch and that's SNES case. That's actually all the screws that I have right now. So it's my old SNES case. You can see that there's a bunch of screws there for that, but that's not going to be used. Okay, so we should be good on that. Obviously, we want to make sure that we put in our new soundboard. Ooh, which I don't know. Do I have screws for that? Oh, that will be an interesting one. SNES case. Where's this? Where's the screws for the soundboard? Huh. Hmm. I do not know where those are. Why don't I have screws for the soundboard? SNES card, SNES shielding, SNES switch. Huh. Oh, interesting. I don't have. Okay, let me just see if I have screws for that somewhere. See, I have some screws here. I just don't know if they'll be the right ones. Where would the screws go? I'll have to check to see. No, that doesn't look like it'll screw in. These are bigger screws. That goes in there. Well, maybe it's. Oh, hang on. Is it only this side, maybe? Oh, no, there's two screws that go here. Okay, so that. Oh, no, that's different. That's that's a different screw altogether. So it's these two. Interesting. I just don't know what those are for. Just give me a quick look here. Just trying to see what screws I have in my little screw bag. With this screw. No. Okay. Wouldn't trust them. The screw posts, okay. Well, now I don't have so this is interesting. I'm a little so it's a bit weird actually. Got more than one issue here. Okay, I'm just trying to see what I've got in terms of screws here. I don't have a lot of options actually. See if that's the right screw. Let me just, oh no. That's a long screw. Yeah, that one might be the right screw there. This long screw, I feel like might be right, but I don't think it'll go into that where it's supposed to go there. Okay, so let's just see. Can I get this screw to go into a thing? No. So that's not long enough to go through there. That sounds like a very long screw. I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how we'll do that. I might have to just kind of get it going for now with just. Hmm, okay, so if I go like this, and then we just do it that way, right? Okay. Now if I screw this down. Yeah, there is definitely an issue here with trying to screw this part down. Oh, that's where that PCB one goes actually. And an extra PCB screw, I think it goes in here. Does it? Oh, no, that's the back. Okay. Yeah, so this screw down here is looks like it's very long. But I don't have a really long screw to do that. Yeah. I'm just going to just take this up, just take a quick look at it and see how far does that go down. Yeah, interesting. I just don't have a screw that's that long that can go down into that length. Yeah. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I mean, I just don't have I just don't have that. So I'm just going to put this over here. This means the soundboard, I mean, it can't really come out, but it would be nicer if I could get a long screw down there. But I think it'll be fine. The soundboard should be okay. Okay. Now, let's just put that over here for a second while we figure it out. That there. Now let's bring over, let's put all this stuff back in here. All right, now let's put this here and then let's bring up the 1123. We're not too bad. We'll definitely want to go to bed soon. Okay, so let's bring over all the bits and pieces that I've got here. Stickers, shells. All right, so got all this stuff. This is all for it. There's more buttons, I guess, for it. And this is the actual front case. So this, right, we'll leave it. We know where that goes. I know that needs a spring. Not sure what those are. Oh, they're for the buttons. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking here now. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, we'll figure it out. Is it because they have to go there? Yeah. Oh, I guess. Yeah, that's probably it. Then this goes here, is it? Yeah, this probably goes. Hmm. Oh, I see. Sorry, it goes like this. Oh, I kind of see it now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. I understand it now. See, is there a little bag of screws and stuff in here? I'm just like, where's all the little bits I need? Okay. Um, maybe I'm supposed to have a donor shell. I don't know. Okay. More buttons. That's the cartridge flap. Yeah. Oh, I see. I think you're supposed to have a donor shell here. Okay, so that's good because I mean, I do, but I don't know all this stuff. But it looks like I do need to have like a shell here because like look, there's some stuff. There's another button. More buttons. There's a cartridge flipper flapper. Some more buttons. Some more buttons. I think these buttons. I think these are yeah. So I can have transparent buttons or I can have blue buttons. I'm probably going to go with transparent buttons. Oh, well, I'll give the other buttons to Jason. There's more stuff there. There's like this other button here that goes there. And then it looks like these might be stickers. Is that what these are? Nintendo Super Famicom. Right, so these are just the stickers. Oh, look, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay. Power reject reset. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. All right, so that's that and that. And then I don't think I have anything else there. Yeah, that's it. So it looks like you don't get in this kit like your springs and stuff like that. You do need to have those. So okay, so now we got to sit down. We got to figure this out. Uh, all right, this is going to be fun. Ugh. So we'll take these things, we'll take these screws out and then we'll swap them over because it looks like that's what we have to do. Which I guess makes sense, right? Because if you're buying a shell, usually you're like, oh, I'm making my Nintendo fancy, so you already have an existing shell, and ipso facto all the screws that go into said shell. Um, and so that's how you would do it. Okay. So we're just going to take these pieces up. We'll take the spring. There's a little spring right here that we will need to. Yeah, like there's all these little springs and all this stuff. It'll all have to be done. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to try and put the screws right beside where they were when I took them out. And that way I'll be able to sort of reassemble things the way they came. Okay. Middle, and then these two back ones. All right, so let's just take this part up. Oh, we need to take off the spring first. Okay, so let's take off the spring. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this bit out here. Okay, so the spring just popped off. Leave it there. It looks like it's kind of... Okay, so let's put that there. All right, so I can see now how it goes together, right? So you've got this part, you've got your plastic bit, and then your buttons come through from the other side. So let's take our buttons. Looks like we're gonna have to just do some stuff here. I'm gonna have to take it off, and let's just remove it back to here. Okay. We're gonna have to put this here. And that looks like you then put the button through. Yeah, you just kind of push, you just push the button through the, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's easy. So put that there, and we put another button through, which we need to go get out of a little bag. There's the other button. I'm going to use clear buttons. I'm not going to use the blue buttons. Okay, so let's do that. And then we're going to also do this. Okay, so now we've got that. Then we've got to we've got to have our little, okay, we've got our little flap, and then we've got Super Nintendo little things that pop out. Okay, so all right, let's try to get those in. So looks like we're going to have to take off this plastic to do this. So now there's two pieces. So here's our little flap, which I'm guessing is, see, I'm trying to match up these pieces with the shell piece I have here. Looks like it's this piece. Yes, okay. Then we match this piece with this. This is where we would put on the Super Nintendo, I guess. So we want to put that here. Okay. I'm going to get this piece, is my guess, and do it on the other side. Yeah, and then we're going to put that here. Okay. Okay, now this is supposed to go under here, it looks like, but I need to understand how we get. So this looks like our flapper. Yeah, there it is. So it looks like it goes on that way. So we're going to put the flapper that way. Okay. And then it looks like the flapper just kind of goes underneath here. Not exactly sure. Gotta be kind of careful. I'm just going to be careful about how this sort of manifests. Oh, it looks like I did it. Okay. Yeah, okay. It looks like I got it. Okay. I put that in there. Now, this goes on top. Right? Yeah. Oh, but you need this bit inside as well. Okay, so that needs to be, so this piece needs to sit in here somewhere first. Okay, so I kind of see what's going on there. So this needs to go in here, right? So I think it's, let me see, I'm trying to line it up with the other piece I have here, right? Yeah, it looks like it goes this way. Sorry, no. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now, sorry. So now that goes like that. All right, there we go. That's everything. So now I can put the screws back in. Can I? I guess, well, I've got to get this wrapped around here. So I've got to get the spring attached. So it looks like I can do that by, second now. There we go. Oops, what did I do here? Sorry, something fell off. I just got to put it back on. There we go. Okay. All right, so now I'm just reapplying the screws that I took off. What do I have here? I still have this the post to put on. This goes central. So it's interesting that I had a spare shell. A lot of spare parts. I guess that's just rookie me. Oh, sorry, yeah, just gotta be careful there. Okay. And then we've got two at the top here, which should be the last two to replace the top shell. Okay, I'm just sorry, I'm just putting these in a little bit off camera because they're just a little bit tricky to get in. And I'm hand screwing all these in because I think it's just a better idea. Okay. Okay, so now we have a pretty assembled shell. That took me 20 minutes. That's the whole sort of shell piece has been reattached. Now what's this? Oh, that's the little piece at the bottom. That's okay. All right, so that's done. Two buttons. These are obviously the blue buttons, but we want to keep those. Gold shell screws. Now I should do, and I probably do have a little. I think I have the screw. Well, it's lucky I have it. I have the spring for the eject button, right? So we're going to use that spring. So there's a spring. I mean, it's obviously an old one. I want to bring back in the second half. It's starting to get nice and heavy now, this. So we are now, what are we going to do? But remember where this goes, right? So here's our eject slot. All right. So we're going to put the so it's going to probably be over here is my guess. Okay, there you go. All right, so there it should be there. Now the piece that's a little tricky then, of course, is, well, how do we get the screw to, or how do we get the spring to stay in? Which I kind of forget exactly where this goes now, but we're gonna have to just do a little bit of trial and error here. Let me just pull it out for a second. Oh, is it that? How do I do this? Okay, maybe like that, maybe. Oh, I see it down there. Yeah, that's how it goes in. Oh, I see now. I remember now, kinda, I think. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a pain, but the spring kind of goes in there. It goes into a little hole down there. Wait, get into the hole. Get into the hole. There. Is it in the hole there? No, it's not. How do I get it into its little hole? Okay, so let me just take this out for a second. There's a little hole down here somewhere. There it is. So it goes through there. Yeah, so there you see it's stuck in there in that hole. Then it attaches through that hole to this edge here, right? But, sorry. Yeah, I think I know how. I sort of think I know how I did this before now. I think what I do is I thread it through like this, and then I thread it through. Oh, no, 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 no. Now I know what I do. Yeah, I thread it through like that. That's what I do. So I thread it through like that. I put the short end this way, and then as you're threading it back in down here, you've got it kind of, it's not easy. I'm sure somebody has a knack to this, but I don't have that knack. Is this what I'm doing? Yay! Yay! Okay. What do you think? Oh, wow. It's looking kind of cool now. Okay. So now we've taken off a lot of stuff. All right, let me just I'm I'm starting to be, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I knew there was something. Where's the controller port? There's a smoked controller port, or a smoky colored controller port that we need to use. There it is. So here's our controller port. Oh boy. Oh, well, that was silly of me now. All right, so we're going to have to fix that again. That's all right though, because now I think I know how to do it. But we made a mistake by not putting in the controller port. Now, hopefully the controller port is not going to be a, you know, a source of problems. But I do think it's cool that they did include a smoked controller port, because it kind of makes it worth the money almost by itself. Okay. Again, get the short end of the stick in there. Okay, so let's get the short end of the stick in here. Interesting that presses down on the cable there. But that is what it is. Okay, so now we've got our little thing. 2 hours. Okay, so we recapped and did everything. Did all of that in and a new thing in 2 hours. So I think that's pretty good. That's the SNES case, but we actually have gold SNES case screws, so we're going to do that. All right, we got our, okay, let's get our SNES bits, our Nintendo bit. Well, actually, here before we put the case back on, let's just do a quick test. I mean, if I broke by putting the case on, that'll be annoying, but you know, stranger things have happened. So it's entirely possible I crimped something or cut something. So let's just see. Where's the game I was testing? Where's Hal's Hole-in-One Golf? There it is. All right. Okay, folks. I mean, I think we're pretty happy with that. Let's make sure the reset button is working. Yeah, okay. All right, so this Nintendo, now to be fair, I've had this since June, so I mean, pretty bad that I haven't fixed it. I just didn't have the parts. And then the parts, the CPUs that I did have were bad, so I'm just glad to have it now that it's working, to be honest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, that's all I need, I guess. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to see what I'm going to do next now with these. So screw these down. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I can't seem to get the, so a few of these do not seem to want to work. Okay, so I'm just having maybe not a lot, but a little bit of difficulty in just getting the case screws to thread. So I'm just going to be careful with them so that I don't strip. I think these are turned now. It's probably a little tight in the. Yeah, they're definitely threading. So 1, 2. So 1 and 2 are starting to thread. This corner one I'm working on right now, also starting to thread, but a little tricky. Okay, this one also starting to thread. Okay. This one's okay. So they're all threading now. So now we can just start to get them, just start to get them down into it. Okay, so that's good. That one's tight. Okay, now that's interesting. Oh, these ones are actually, they don't go as deep. That's okay. All right. Then this one. Okay, and then this one. Okay, so it looks like that's it. Okay, now there's an extra screw, which it looks like I don't need. I'm gonna put that there. All right, so let's just check this for a second. Where do the decals go? All right, so let me just get just gonna get some Kim wipes and we can just clean these. Power reset and eject. Reset, I might want to, or not reset, but that one I might wanted to have put on before I maybe, now I think of it, before I actually did put on the lid, but I guess we'll figure it out. We'll do it one way or another. Okay, all right, let's put on these gold ones, the Super Nintendo ones, power reset eject. So I can either do Super Nintendo red, or I can do this kind of cool gold silver sort of gig, which I think is pretty cool. I'll give Jason the options. Let me just make sure the eject button works. Oh yeah, let me see. Does it actually work? Good question. Yeah, it does. Uh, okay, so all right, let me just check this for 1 second. Where do the stickers go on a Super Nintendo? Uh, okay. Okay, so Super Nintendo should go right here. Nintendo should go up here. Now where? Right, so we should put power reset. Okay, well let's just do power and reset to begin with, right? Let's do power. The funny thing is, do I pull that off then? So I'm not 100% sure of. Let me just try this now. Is that how this works? Do I then pull this up? I think maybe that might be how it works. I want to just see here. Yeah, I gotta kind of do this. And then I can do this. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to do this, but I think I've got it now. Now, okay, that's cool. Now let's do reset. Okay, I see how it works now. Now it's going to be hard to do that on eject though. That's going to be a little bit of an issue, but let's do reset. Oh, it's 12 a.m. Okay, well, I'm kind of getting there, but okay. Well, at least you see how I'm doing it, right? Power and reset are coming. Looks pretty cool, actually. Those like, you can't really see it maybe, but power reset looks pretty cool on it. Like it's pretty badass, I have to say. Um, okay, I'm just cleaning this with alcohol. We can polish it later. Or but actually, hang on. Clean it with this glasses cleaner for a second. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Now, funnily enough, it's kind of doing it all in one spot. Nintendo should be up here. but I don't really have a way to do that easily. So I'm going to have to do this here instead. Okay, so now this is kind of the cool bit. So Super Nintendo is going to be here, which I think is pretty cool. That's in kind of a silvery color. Let's see if we can make it work. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it off very slowly. Oh, this looks pretty badass. This looks pretty badass. Okay. Um, Now eject is going to be the problem child. We know that for a fact. I'm just going to have to be very careful with it. There's eject. Okay, there's the back of a screwdriver. What do I really need? I probably need like a pen, or maybe like something else, kind of not sharp, but something. Okay, let me see if I can. So for people watching this on the interwebs later, um, the mistake here was not to take this off. I didn't take this off before we started. You just get a Sharpie or a craft knife under it. Sorry, not a Sharpie. What is it called? X-Acto knife. I don't know why I always call this thing a Sharpie. Okay, so there's a reject button is done. I'm pretty much sure that's it. Any more? Oh, there's a little. Could I put that down here? Let me see. There's a little Famicom sort of icon. Let me see. Where would that go? Where does the Famicom icon go on a? That's more like a PAL thing. It's not. The Famicom icon doesn't go on these Super Nintendos. Yeah, let me just see where does it live on the Famicom. Oh yeah, on the Famicom it goes in, it's up in the top right. And how does it look? It looks this way. Okay, I mean let's add it. Just because it's a hybrid system. Because it does have a Famicom board on it. So on a Famicom it would be the little Famicom bit would be like right here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this is a Super Nintendo Super Famicom. Very cool. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's done. That is done. Um, Shove a cartridge in and hold it in place. Oh, yeah. You just, sorry, when you just said shove a cartridge in, that was like, what am I doing? I could have just done that. But like, why didn't I? It doesn't really hold it that much, but yeah, that would have been a way better idea, chat, to do that. Okay, so that's our new Super Nintendo. It is fully fixed, ready for shipment out to somebody to play with. So let's just, before I go to bed, um, let's just make sure. Um, okay. Let me see. Can I actually, will this work? Oh, will, yeah, cool. It's not got the lockout. Or maybe it does have the lockout. Yep. Oh, yeah, the note. Yeah, okay, I screwed that part up. Um, yeah, I'll leave that to Jason if he wants to take it out. All right, let's just make sure that the controller works. And then I can bring it into him tomorrow to work. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Now let's give me 1 second. Where's going to check something real quick. Yeah, let's just put in Super Mario World for a second. The stupid region lock tab? No, I don't think it does. I'm surprised that I was a little surprised there at the oh, okay. All right, seems to be working fine. What I'm a little surprised by is that the burn-in test cartridge wouldn't come up. Like, is that, why is that not coming up? Because I didn't do anything. Let me just try 240p test suite. I mean, maybe it could be just it's not. Oh, there you go, 240p test suite. That comes up. Yeah. Why is the burn-in test not showing up? Okay, cool. So 240p test suite works, but for some reason, the burn-in test, maybe it's, oh, there it is. All right, I don't know what happened there. Blow into the cartridge? Yeah, no. All right, let's let that run overnight. I'll let that run overnight. Okay. Take care. I'm out of here. Thank you for hanging out, and we are done with the stream. This Super Nintendo is badass. Night. Thanks for hanging out, Master.